Good evening, friends. This is SANTOSH KULKARNI bringing another session on IATF 16949. Now, today's topic of discussion is internal audits. Internal audits, internal auditor competence. So, are you ready? Fantastic. Let us start. So, the internal auditors are also called as first party auditors. Sometime back we spoke about three types of audits: first party, second party and third party audits. First party audit is also called internal audit. Second party audit is now called as, or you normally call it as, supplier audit. And third party audit is certifying body coming to us and doing the audit. You all remember this, okay? So now we are talking about internal auditors as specified in IATF 16949 section 7 to 3. Okay, ready? So in the section internal audits, three types of audits have been described. The first one is QMS audit, second is manufacturing process audits, and third is product audits. If your company is ISO/TS certified, then you already know about all these three types of audits: QMS audits, manufacturing process audits, and product audits. So in this IATF, separate competencies have been defined for QMS audits, manufacturing process audits, and product audits. And today we are going to see exactly that one. Okay, now let's go. We are also today going to discuss about what is the competence required for second party auditors. This competence has been specified in section 724. Okay, dear. But the second party audits itself have been specified under section 84241. Okay. Now, we first come to QMS auditors. So, what are the competencies required? There are 7 points which you need to know. What are these 7 points? These are all defined under the section 7 to 3. So you can read this. First of all is that the auditors must be knowledgeable enough to know the automotive process approach. Automotive process approach. That is the first requirement. Second requirement is he or she should be able to do the or understand the risk-based thinking. Then third thing, he should be able to understand the customer specific requirements and he should be able to interpret what are the customer specific requirements. Okay. He should have a good knowledge about ISO 9000 requirements, IATF requirements. Then he should also know what are the core tools. You already know the core tools: APQP, PPAP, SPC, MSA and FMEA. So you should have a knowledge of all these core tools. And finally, as a good auditor, you should know how to plan the audit, how to conduct the audit, how to report the findings. That means how to write down the observation sheet or the backup sheet, non-conformity report, and then you should be able to close out the audit finding. Means as an internal auditor, you are not expected to write down the root cause. That is the auditor's job. But when auditee fills up the correction, corrective action impact, these things you should be able to see that the root cause has been written correctly, the correction is correct, the corrective actions is correctly written. These things you should be able to know correctly. Okay. And now we come to, so have you understood what kind of competence the QMS auditor is supposed to have? These 7 points. Now we go to manufacturing process audit. Now remember, for manufacturing process auditors, these 7 points what we just saw in the QMS audit are again exactly the same. But in addition, the manufacturing process auditor is expected to know these points 8, 9 and 10. So what are these points? First thing, the process auditor must have a excellent technical understanding of the manufacturing process which he is going to audit. Secondly, he should understand the process related risk analysis. In other words, he should be able to correlate the process FMEA with the manufacturing process he is witnessing or auditing. And third thing, he should be able to read the control plans. What are the controls mentioned, and accordingly whether the process is happening or not, that he should be able to tell. So is it clear? So QMS auditor must know 1 to 7, and as a manufacturing process auditor you are expected to know point number 8, 9 and 10. Is it clear? Now we come to product auditor. So as a product auditor, again these 7 points you already know as a QMS auditor, plus point number 8 and 9. What are the 8 and 9? First thing, the product auditor must be competent in understanding the product requirements. In other words, he should be able to read the control plan. He should be able to see what are the parameters, what is the tolerance, what are the instruments which need to be used for measuring the different parameters, and at the same time he should be able to use the relevant measuring and test equipment like vernier calipers, digital vernier, micrometer, dial gauge, go-no-go gauge, slip gauge, whatever has been mentioned in the control plan, he should be able to use and verify the product conformity. That means he should be able to physically check the product. Unless he has that competence, he cannot be a product auditor. Is it clear? So we talked about QMS auditors, manufacturing process auditor and then product auditors. We saw in all these 3 cases that basic knowledge from point number 1 to 7 is common, plus everywhere these in product auditors these 2 points have been added. In manufacturing process these 3 points have been added. Is it clear? Now we go to second party auditors. Again the same structure. He should also be able to understand point 1 to 7. So QMS auditor plus points 8, 9, 10 and 11. What are those? So apart from customer specific requirements, this second party auditor should also know what are the organization specific requirements. Now what is this organization specific requirements? Now if you are going from your company to your supplier for second party auditing, then you should know what are the specific technical requirements of your company which you expect from your supplier. That should be documented. Okay. Then the technical understanding of the manufacturing process to be audited. This we also saw in the manufacturing process auditor. Exactly same. If you see these 3 points, they are exactly same as per manufacturing process auditor. Technical understanding of the manufacturing process to be audited, process risk analysis or P-FMEA and control plan. This is exactly same. Only one thing which is now additional is the organizational specific requirements. Is it clear? So we talked about all types of internal audits. We also talked about second party auditors. But still there is something else. In the IATF, there is another thing called maintaining and improving auditor competence. What is that? That first of all, he should be able to execute a minimum number of audits per year. Suppose your organization has said or specified that every internal auditor must complete minimum of 3 audits. So this quota of 3 must be completed by the year end. If you don't complete, then you have to take corrective action, or then you are not fit to be to maintain as a internal auditor. Okay, this is the eligibility criteria for you. Then secondly, you must be able to maintain the knowledge of relevant requirements which are based on internal changes. For example, there is a change in product technology. If there is a change in the process technology, then you should be able to update your knowledge with respect to that. And finally, we should also be updated with respect to the external changes. If there are any changes in the ISO 9001, any changes in the IATF, any changes, revisions in the core tools, and any changes in the CSR, you are expected to know all the latest. Is it clear? So now be ready for an excellent audit. Okay, dear friends. Thank you so much. It was excellent talking to all of you. And you will be wondering why I am speaking in English. Because in my earlier sessions, which were in Marathi or Hindi, some people said we can't understand Marathi. Some people said we can't understand Hindi. So now I am delivering my sessions in English so that everybody is able to understand. In case you have some queries, do write to me at contact@santoshkulkarni.com, and immediately, maybe within 24 hours, I will write down a reply to you and I will try to satisfy your query. Okay, dear friends. And finally, if you like the video, do press the like button, and please tell your colleagues, friends to subscribe to my channel so that you can be intimated about the release of new videos. Okay then, thank you so much, take care and good night.